hope people are really paying attention to what's going on in our Senate right now because it's very important and will not only affect us, but it will affect generations to come. This BBB plan that they have in there isn't just, it's never just one thing. There's always a whole bunch of things that are slipped in with it. That's how we got never mind, I'm not even going to talk about that. But anyway, what we need to be aware of is this giving this IRS even more power to monitor even more of our funds, which cannot happen. We just cannot allow that to happen. The second thing is, they talk about this $1.7 trillion deal like, oh, we got it down from 5.7 trillion, so we did good. It's a good deal. We really trimmed the fat. This is not something that we can afford right now. And I think what needs to be done is, rather than do a proposed plan like that they say is going to give Americans more jobs and put more money in people's pockets, whatever. Number one, they're all short-term careers. The roads will be completed. The bridges will be completed. Anything that they plan on doing will be completed someday. And all those people will be out of work. So what I believe we need to do, and it's really just common sense, is we need to bring in money from other countries. Rather than keep recirculating our money around and around again, we need, and every time we recirculate that money, that 1% grabs a little piece. So we need to bring in money from other countries. That's how you really increase our value. And that's how we could really get things going in our country. And how do we do that? We need to be the manufacturers and the producer of goods and services for the world like we used to be. I guess it was back in the 50s. There was a time when the Germans couldn't even make a washing machine. We made the washing machines. We produced and made everything. Right now, we're in a crisis over cars and people are paying exorbitant amounts of money because there's a chip crisis. Well, guess who invented the chip? We did. But then we started to depend on other countries to manufacture those things for us. And look where we are. We need to stop depending on other countries for anything that we need. We need to start producing everything that we need and produce things that the world needs. So, in short, I think that we need to bring in more money from other countries through developing our infrastructure, not painting and making things all look nicey nice, but by doing that and not just recirculating our money. Because it seems to me, when you build a bridge, it's going to be a day when it's done. When you're doing a road, it's going to be a day when it's done. When you're fixing up new buildings, there's going to be a day when it's done. So we need to have something that's going to be longer term by creating new industry. That's what's going to help us. Not this is a short term project that they're talking about. Not short term as far as months and months, maybe years, but there'll be an ending point to it, and then we'll be back where we were again. We have an enormous debt that right now we can't even pay. Here's what I don't understand. And then I'll shut up. The government brings over $4 trillion a year in taxes. $4 trillion a year. Where does it go? I read that over 50% of it goes towards the military. But then I looked at what we spent in the military last year, and it wasn't even close to $2 trillion. It wasn't even $1 trillion. So where did that money go? I'd like to know where the tax dollars go. That should be something that's open to any American that wants to see exactly where their money is being spent. Because then I think we get a better idea of, hey, maybe that's not needed. We should stop this. We should definitely stop funding other countries and feeding other people while we have people here that are starving. We need to take care of ourselves first. And then when we're in good shape, then we can help other people. So we really need to stop some of that needless spending that we're doing. Not needless spending, things we can't afford to do right now. Let me ask you a question. If your kids were hungry, would you feed your neighbor's kids before you fed your own? No, you would feed your own. But we're actually taking better care of other countries and illegal immigrants, better than we are Americans. There's Americans that are in need from what this last 2 years have done to them. And it seems like they're bypassing them and taking better care of people that are just rushing through the fences to get here. We'll put you up. Here's a hotel. We'll feed you. We'll set you up with what you need. Really? Things need to change. Let's get some younger people in our government. Fresh minds, fresh ideas. All right. That's enough of my rant. I rambled enough. Pay attention to what's going on right now. It's very important and will affect everyone's future. Everyone's. Your kids, generations to come. Raise your voice. Make sure you're heard.